Petey Beats here from Pop Turned, speaking to the artist Maya about her new EP, Analysis Paralysis, available September 1st. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me.
I mean, it's always going to be kind of a weird feeling, right? Where you go in, you record this EP, and, you know, there's this whole kind of process, and then you play this waiting game, and then people are finally able to listen to the whole thing. Is it starting to hit you a little bit that the whole EP is going to be out?
Yeah, definitely. I think that this EP has started sorry. Yeah, the process definitely is a lot. Like the waiting game definitely fucks your head a little bit. Like with like you get stuck in the moment that you started writing this music, and it's hard to get yourself out of there until it's put out.
100%. I mean, and I think it's interesting because, you know, fans from all around the world like get kind of a taste because there were some singles that were kind of released and everything, and then more songs are going to be out. And I think that's a really cool kind of way to introduce the new sounds and everything. What was the selection process like for this EP? Because I feel like musicians always have, like I used to play in bands and stuff, there's always so many songs in the can, and then you kind of pick which ones are going to make it. What was that like specifically, selection process?
It's really like a game of canceling out. It's like you have like 100 things in front of you, and you're like, well, I guess this one's gonna work and this one will work better. Yeah, I think when I do like an album or something, it'll be a lot more about going in and just feeling the experience of like creating a body of work. Whereas this one has felt like just stacking up collections of music and like picking out the best ones.
Absolutely. One of the things that I love about your music is I don't think you're afraid of throwing the genre out the window a little bit. And I don't know if you're nodding your head because you're like, yeah, I want to hear that. Because I feel like there's a lot of kind of sounds and genres happening in a lot of your songs, specifically on this EP. What do you think about that specifically? Does genre bending just happen? Or is that something that you talk about with like the producers and the team and everything about the genre bending component of the EP?
I think that I'm just somebody that is so indecisive and is kind of across everything. I love a lot of like conflicting things, and I think it just comes through naturally with the EP because I never want to stay doing the one thing. And I think that, you know, anything I do afterwards, it's sort of opened the door to be able to sort of go in any direction. I think once I'm stuck in a specific sound or something that like people tend to like, oh, that artist is like this type of music, I think I'll start to freak out a little bit.
Are you the type of person like myself that listens to a lot of genres of music?
Yeah.
Like, do you listen to a lot? Do you listen to heavy music by any chance?
Yeah, I mean, like Polyphia, they're not super heavy, but
of course. Do you listen? So there's some really like. Do you listen to any deathcore? Do you listen to some like heavy music?
I don't really know what like this specific genre defining, you know, but like the heaviest like was like Five Finger Death Punch,
yes.
like maybe.
Absolutely. Like, Slipknot? Or do you like Slipknot?
I didn't get into Slipknot. That one definitely got lost on me a bit. I do, you know, a bit cliche, but I do enjoy a bit of Metallica when it comes around.
You have to. Yeah. It's essential. And it's so influential. Think about the bands that wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Metallica. There's tons. It's like going back to like, it's bands like the Beatles, right? And it's like artists like, you know, Madonna and like the Ramones. Like, think of those influential artists. Metallica's in there, where if it wasn't for that artist, there wouldn't be other artists.
Yeah, it opens the door for all those people.
100%. You have collabed with a lot of cool artists. You have toured with a lot of really cool artists. You know, you've toured with 5 Seconds of Summer, Nessa Barrett. Your tour, like that tour is happening or just happened, right?
Yeah, it's about to happen.
Well, it's about to happen. Yeah, I was about to say it. Yeah. What is your favorite thing about the collaboration, whether it's like in the studio or like on tour? Because I feel like people don't realize that like the ultimate collaboration is when people tour together, if you think about it.
Yeah, collaborating on music is definitely different because it is a lot more emotional, but collaborating by like touring with people, you really get to learn somebody like has your back, you know, and people like go out of the
that's cool too, but I feel like there's a misconception with like the record collaboration. Like you have a song with Flume that is all like that song's like never gonna go away. I feel like that one is like in Spotify hyperspace forever, where it just pops up on every playlist. But like I feel like people, is there a misconception about like the process of collabs? Like I feel like a lot of collabs are just like some, management teams and record labels introduce people and they go in the studio, but there's a lot of times where it's just kind of like you meet an artist, you're like, hey, let's go in the studio and do something together. Like, sure. Like I feel like that's all it is sometimes.
Yeah, it's equal parts both, I think, from my experience. It's like you meet someone and you're like, oh, I really like them and they really inspire me and I want to work with them. And then sometimes it's like labels introducing you to people. But yeah, like a good example, like the Flume stuff, I definitely felt a lot closer like on tour with him rather than like just like the studio stuff.
The ultimate collaboration, the tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you're a musician, whether you're a actor, a director, a producer, literally like a painter, an artist, you're all storytellers. Maya is a storyteller. What is your favorite thing about being a storyteller specifically?
Oh, being able to step into other people's shoes for sure. Being able to like tell a story that's not yours, or I don't know, being able to relive a moment and paint it exactly how you see it. Because then maybe something like if somebody experienced that with you, they can they can fully see where you were coming from in a sense.
Yeah.
But I just like the narrative. I like the highs and lows and the way they all sort of intrinsically connect to each other in songwriting.
Awesome. And I find it interesting because we're gonna do a little segment here that we always do in Popternative with artists. I mean, Analysis Paralysis is out pretty soon, so we're gonna do Name 3 with Maya. I want you to name 3 songs. They could be from the EP or they could be kind of other songs or anything, but they're 3 specific songs I need you to name for me. I need you to name me an upbeat, up-tempo Maya song, so something that's dancey, fast, and everything. Then I need you to name me a heartfelt song. For me, I'm sure there's a lot that are really important to you and close to your heart, but one that really is important to you. And then the third one is like a trendy, newer song. So it could be like that could be kind of a throwaway. That could just be like Lola or like a new song on the record, on the EP or something. So upbeat, heartfelt, and trendy. Name 3 with Maya. Go ahead. And I'll repeat them if you want to know each one again.
Okay, upbeat would probably be If You Like It Like That. That one's definitely upbeat. What's the next?
That's a great song.
Thank you.
I love that song. What about a heartfelt one? One that's close to your heart?
A heartfelt one would have to be
they all are heartfelt in a way, right?
Yeah, they're all very close to you. Like Lola definitely feels quite close to me. Probably Superior Liar definitely feels
that's
like
also a
closest
bop
to
too.
me.
You have so many bops.
Thanks. Thank you.
And then the trendy would be, a song on the EP or like a newer song or what, like.
I guess Guilty Conscience. That one just came out as well.
Absolutely. I grew up going to a lot of concerts, and that was like one of my favorite things. And I remember, buying tickets to go see Fall Out Boy, and the 2 weeks before the show, it was like an event leading up to the show. So when there's like an announcement that Maya has a new single coming out or a tour announcement, right? The announcement of the event becomes an event. Isn't that kind of cool?
Cool. Yeah, that's a great way to put that. I've never thought about it like that. But yeah, it becomes like a sort of countdown thing that you get to be a part of. It's like Christmas.
It is, 100%. Oh, speaking of Christmas in July and August, I used to go to the Vans Warped Tour all the time. And like that was Christmas in July because there were so many giveaways at booths and the record labels and the bands. Like it was crazy the amount of like stuff amazing. You would get. It just reminded me of that what you said about being Christmas and everything, all the events. Like there's so much kind of music out there. Is there a artist that you really enjoy listening to that's maybe not the genre of music that you play, that you think you're really inspired and influenced by specifically for your music?
Turnstile, for sure. 100% Turnstile.
Holiday is like, it's a bop. That's like one of my favorite songs ever. I'm like originally from Canada, and I remember doing like music for hockey games, and I used to play Holiday as the warm-up song for the like.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it builds up, right? It's a perfect build-up, right?
Yeah, definitely. I love like Mystery, Underwater Boy, like great songs.
Oh man, that was a great answer, Turnstile. I'm gonna go. You know what you just did? I'm just gonna go listen to like Lola, and I'm gonna listen to the EP that comes out September 1st, Analysis Paralysis, and then I'm just gonna listen to Turnstile. I'm gonna put them back to back and everything.
Well, that's great. That's exactly what we want.
What was the journey like to get to where you are as a musician and artist? There's always going to be learning experiences. There's always going to be things you're going to learn on new kind of EPs. You said you want to cut a full record one day, and that's going to be in your near future, touring and everything. What has this journey been like for you specifically to get to where you are as an artist? Because you have come a long way, and it's really impressive, and I just want to say congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it was a lot of just like trial and error and trial and error and trial and error. And then I think I'm a little bit probably jumping the gun to say that I think that I've learned enough to be able to do something without so much error, I think. But no, I'm really lucky. I think I just got in the right places at the right time to be able to get into this industry, because there are so many amazing, incredible musicians that like if you just don't meet the right people and find the right links, like that's what's missing. It's not necessarily like the art, but yeah, I think the sort of trajectory has gone at a nice sort of slow but uphill pace, and I've been really grateful for that. But there's been a lot of like chucking in the deep end kind of things, like playing Coachella was the biggest show I'd ever done, and before that, the biggest show I'd done was like 2,000 people.
That's a real big. That's a big jump without like much warning, if you think about that.
Yeah, you know.
You're creeping up 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and I think the new EP is going to get you there. That is a crazy thing to think about, that like right now there's like 950,000 people on a monthly basis that listen to your music. Like, do you even have words? Like, I don't even know if there's words for that.
No, definitely not, because you can't picture that many people in a room. So you're sort of just like, hey, that's a number. Like,
you can't. Absolutely not. I sometimes can't even I realize that when I go see like a stadium show, there's like 20,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
So if a band has like 20,000 monthly listeners, that's like pretty awesome. That's a stadium of people.
No, literally. But we're like so used to the numbers now that it doesn't like it's hard for it to sink in.
100%. Last question before we wrap out. Analysis Paralysis is going to be available wherever you listen to music September 1st. That is your EP. Everyone's going to be able to check that out. When they get a chance to listen to this EP, what are you hoping they get out of it takeaway wise?
I hope they see like little bits of themselves in it. I think it would be cool for that reflection to come into it. I hope that they feel heard, and you know, I hope you have a little dance as well.
Yeah, so there's bops. They got to dance. So they absolutely got to dance. This was so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
So yeah, the new EP is coming out. They're gonna be able to listen to that. Is Instagram the best way for people to keep up to date with everything? Is it just Maya or?
Yeah, it's Maya with a dash. Just
okay.
that word.
Awesome. No, like honestly, thank you so much for coming on the show. All the best with the release of the EP, and I wish you all the best for the tour with Ness Barrett and other things as well. Like, seriously, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Maya and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.